parts of the investigation. Neama Rahmani, what did you make of this? I mean, in terms of, you know, him not wearing any protective gear when he went into the scene.
Derek, this is a tried and true defense strategy that the best defense is a good offense. Go after law enforcement, particularly LAPD, which unfortunately is notorious for botching some of these murder investigations, going back to OJ, for doing a sloppy investigation. So that's what the defense did here, and they did a pretty effective job, like they always do. It's already a very strong defense case, but this certainly helped to say that LAPD did not do a job collecting all the potential evidence, looking in the hill behind Susan Berman's home for other suspects or other evidence, and they really just kind of jumped to conclusions here that Bob Durst was involved, but really there's no physical evidence connecting him there too.
But had the evidence been collected properly, Neama, would we know definitively who killed Susan Berman? Would it have pointed directly to Robert Durst, or would we just not know? Either way, would we be still at the point we are today?
I don't think we would, because the state's theory of the case is that Susan Berman allowed Bob into her home because she knew him. There was this dog feces that both parties were talking about in terms of the attorneys. When Susan Berman bent over to clean it up with a paper towel, that's when Durst shot her in the back of the head. So this was something that was unexpected, and there really would be no physical evidence left behind, even according to the state's theory of the case.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, the court was dark today because Robert Durst had some medical testing to undergo. We're assuming he'll be back tomorrow in the same condition he was when we last saw him last week, which is not good, right? I mean, we're seeing a deterioration of Robert Durst really before our eyes.
Derek, and this is something that the state has to be concerned about, sympathy. You know, this isn't the same person who 40 years ago allegedly killed his former wife, or even 20 years ago killed his best friend. This is someone who is old, who is frail, who jurors may question, is he capable of carrying out not just one, but 3 murders? And because we're still talking about Morris Black here, even though he was acquitted on the most serious charges. So this is certainly something that John Lewin and the district attorney's office has to be concerned about. Is the jury going to believe that Bob Durst is physically capable of murder?
Right, and the judge made it clear that he's going to continue this trial no matter what, even as the defense argued or tried to argue that the case should be suspended because of Durst's health. We, of course, are covering the trial. Thank you so much, Neama Rahmani. More of our coverage of California versus Robert Durst here on Law and Crime. I'm Derek Dennis.